can you stop?
So like the main idea is like how Mei Mei speaks in both languages, like Chinese and English. So we wrote the reasons. So Tatsuya, can you start off?
Okay, so she wasn't ready for talking English, so she didn't have courage. So she was talking in Chinese, but she still needs to talk in English at school. So she decided to talk in Chinese, but she's still talking in English. But she could understand the English, but she couldn't speak it. And at last, they were like talking talking in China thing and in English. Like I think that because Nancy was talking a lot and was because she was very worried and she that everything like China things going around in her head and like she wanted to tell something to Nancy, so she tried to talk Nancy to 26 minutes or something. So at last, the book says that she decided to speak both language when she wants to speak, because then if they're in school like something like presentation or something, you should need to tell or talk to someone, it will be Chinese. I know it's English, but if she wants to talk in Chinese, then she can. That's what she decided.
So you mean like first of all, like she didn't want to like speak English, but like in the end, like she started to speak both languages, like use English and Chinese, because like in America, like when you go somewhere, you usually like you don't use Chinese, right?
Yeah, and also like there's a lot of like type of people there, and like so a little
like,
bit.
You can't only use Chinese.
Yeah.
So okay. So my thing.
Okay. So Mei Mei, she was moving to NI. NI is the place in the book. And you know what? I just explained in the letters. That's what I do. It's called New York, but I just explained in the letters. It's okay.
Okay.
So she didn't want to move to New York. The only reason is she hates English, so she didn't like New York. And so she likes to speak Chinese, and she think English is too hard for her. So she think it's too hard for her. So that's why she didn't like to speak English. But English is not as hard. But she think it's hard, and she didn't know how to read and write. She can only reading and writing Chinese.
Okay. So Tatsuya, do you have any questions?
Yeah. No, I don't have a question. I just
want to add something.
Yeah, I want to add something. That reason why she didn't like the English, because like English is different and than Chinese. There are one alphabet or a long. Like Chinese is like one word. One word has like two accents.
Yeah,
accent
like
or
accents,
something.
like things
Yeah.
like that, right?
And but English is A B C D E F or something, and that connects a long.
And it's like the
Like
only language,
yeah,
right?
and then also like she didn't want to hear the English that she didn't understand in Chinese.
Like she was scared of like
Yeah, she
if
was
she might,
scared.
like she was gonna laugh something.
Yeah, and also like she didn't get up to believe.
Yeah, like because like she only used like speak Chinese,
Yeah.
and like she
So-
used, even though she did, like she didn't know like words in English.
Yeah.
And she
So
was
she
sad.
couldn't speak.
Okay, so you
It's too hard for her.
yeah.
So
What's
how-
up? 2 point.
I think that's because like the teacher was kind of like body acting when she was speaking. That's why I think she learned how to speak English. She was actually listening, but she didn't have courage to speak.
Yeah.
So I think she knew English.
Yeah. So you mean like she knew English, but she didn't want to speak English.
She didn't have courage to
Yeah.
courage
Yeah.
to
Courage to like speak
speak
English.
English.
Okay. So Maho.
Yeah, I have idea about Chinese. I think she learned Chinese
by communicating people who came from China.
Like Chinese friends and things like that.
Okay.
So like for me, like the main thing like she started to speak like English was like because of coming to New York. Because like before when she was living in China, she didn't use English in Chinatown because like people in China only use like Chinese and things like that. But like she moved to New York and now like she can't only like use Chinese only because like she's gonna use like when you buy something or like do something you use like English to do things. So like she started to learn English. Okay, why?
I'm adding for you.
Okay.
So the teacher told to Mei, and she knew that if she knows English, then it will the good thing. So many good things is coming down to her. Like they can go to American magazine and they can buy anything. So because like they can speak to ask someone, and if she get lost, then like she can ask someone and police and she can do a lot of things in America. And like English is main language in the world too. Yeah, the little country that's so useful. So I think she could know about that through talking with Nancy.
So like you mean like she started to speak English because like the teacher, Miss Nancy like told her about like her life and things like she liked potatoes, like things like that, and her village like she lived like for 20 minutes and like Mimi started to like she also wanted to talk about where she lived and things like that. And at last like she started to speak English because like she also wanted to introduce her village where she lived before and things like that, right?
Yeah.
And like she needs to use English to like everywhere because like English is like the main like word in foreign countries. And right, like when you buy books and read books and buy like things from something like that.
What's she like? Jayan, do you have any idea of it?
I think maybe understand English, but actually she can't speak because, like, as Pastor said, that she can, like, she doesn't have
She
courage.
can't
Yeah, she didn't
understand,
have
but she
courage
can
to
have
say.
courage to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she doesn't want to get trouble and she doesn't want to.
No, she's like kind of like
sad,
sad,
shy.
not shy.
Embarrassing.
She's
Sad.
nervous about like there's like if there's a word that she doesn't know.
Yeah,
And if she pronounces it wrong.
yeah.
She's
Something-
afraid of it. Yeah. Like,
Chinese was like her like the
A little bit different.
the language she used to love a lot.
She'll get interested in English.
Yeah.
One thing that she interested in America was math because the number was number. They never get a change of number even though the language changed. Like it's not something else. It's not something else. Like in America, number is 1, 2, 3, 4, but it changed. But like writing is not changed. Writing doesn't change. So she liked number and math. Then also she was so smart in China, but she's not in America because she was.
My one thought was like she might use Google Translate.
I want to add something to Tatsuru's thing, but like, wait, what did you say right now?
Like Mei was smart in China.
Like, but in math also like we use English to like do something because like we can't just like use like 5 plus 15 equals 5 times something. We like some things have like questions that has word in it.
Fraction or
Like
something.
there are like 5 apples in the box. Like some gave her a few apples, like 7 apples. How many apples are there? If she didn't like know English, only like numbers, she won't get the question. I think like 5. I know 5 and 7, but like, what's the question? Like, does it want me to like add it, like multiply it, and things like that? So think about it too. Yep.
Yeah, I think she had something worried, and she wanted to know the English, but she didn't like the word.
Yeah, she likes, like she kind of understands it, right?
Yeah, she kind of understands it.
But she doesn't want to, like she doesn't have the courage to like speak English. I mean,
Manfei?
Do you have any questions and things like that you want to say?
Yeah. Like a difference between China and
I think if she really learn English, she won't think it's this hard because English is using a letter and a letter, and letter cannot be too hard. So if she really learn English, she will know English. It won't be boring. When I was learning English, just like her, so I don't like English either when I was just learning. And then after I learned English, I think I am very happy after I learned English.
so
you
so that you have to get a courage, and they have to try to learn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I learned English in America, and you know after I learned English, I feel so happy. So some bad people, when they say bad word to me, they think I don't understand, but actually I already understand what he said. And then after he said this, you know what I did? I was
Upset.
I yelled at him as loud as can be.
Okay, so let's get to the main again.
Yeah. Okay, then.
So like,
Do you have any like things
I
to
think it's about
choice?
Chinese,
Mm-hmm.
not English.
so you had like the same feeling as him, right? Like her. Maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
Where's your?
It's not very
where's
same.
your-
No, I am better than
you did-
her. I'm
I
better
know
than
that,
her.
but like,
Yeah.
you did the first like English, right?
First I wasn't really like English, but I'm better than her. Whatever, I'm better than her.
Okay.
Okay,
we know
thank
that.
you. Thank you, Manfei.
So, Maho.
Do you have anything that a choice
Okay, Maho
that
speaking.
between two languages?
Okay, Maho speaking.
I said communicating with Chinese people, but also I think she was born in China, so she learned Chinese in her school too.
Yeah. Like the most thing, like I think she was really sad that she had to like go away from her friends. Because like she also had friends in China, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like she had to go to New York, so she will miss her friends in China, China, and yep, like that kind of feelings.
What do you think about Jay? What do you think about that friends and something like that?
Chinese and like
Chinese and something like that? Ideas?
Do you have like same feelings as her? Like for example,
Or-
like you were sad
Yeah.
or hated English and things like that.
Or if you went back to home country, that it was a little bit different or something?
Were you sad like when you?
Yeah. I was when I was learning English.
Yeah.
Like,
Did
something.
You had like the
very
same
good.
feelings as her, right?
yeah, but you have enjoy. Then you go to happy, and sometimes you forget, right?
Like when you learned English, like were you happy after all like words, like two words, like when you were done, like you were good at English? Were you happy, like,
Yeah.
or were you like sad and things like that?
I feel happy when I complete some
Things
Yeah.
in English, like okay, so
other ideas.
I do.
Okay.
Like when she was like learning math. Math. She didn't really understand what the question was, but maybe the teacher like knew what the question was asking. Maybe like 3 apples plus like 8 apples. Like she did 3 apples. And
Yeah.
then, like addition sign and then like 8 apples.
Mm-hmm.
And then she might understand. Like she might have learned from that.
okay. So,
I think so.
do you have like any questions, things like that?
Yeah. Do you have any question about those things?
Also like when I also came to like, I used to live in Japan. Like
Mhm.
when I came to India, I was like quite sad because like I also miss my friends a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And my best friends.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
Because
I know.
the beginning of the country,
Yeah.
like you have to get courage to
Yeah.
joining the country.
Because we first don't know English and like
All
people
right.
is, like,
That's
speak
great.
English.
Can somebody conclude the discussion, please?
So like
Our
our conclusion
our
was like
conclusion was like
going to like country you never been and like was
it was like
missing-
sad
you miss your
missing
friends.
friend. But then you have to get courage to.
So at last you complete like you learn
Yeah.
English and you have like the
Let's get into
Get
two
out of
languages.
here,
Two
yeah.
languages. She decided to learn English and communicate with each other in USA people.
Yeah.
And also she's speaking in Chinese when she wants to speak in Chinese. So
Thank
that's
you.
I think that a
our conclusion to her main idea was like she learned like communicate with other people, friends, and English
Yeah.
friends, like in New York friends,
Yeah.
and Chinese friends, and learn English. And
Yeah.
also teachers, Miss Nancy, and like the Chinese teacher, right?
Yeah, she got a courage.
Yeah, it's important. Like,
Yeah,
Thank you.
bye.